Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. So excited to be back for another live stream. I hope you had a wonderful week and are gearing up for a wonderful weekend. Let me know in the chat what you guys are going to be doing this weekend. We may be going to the pumpkin patch. I'm pretty excited about that. We went corn picking last weekend, which was a lot of fun. We have a place near us that you can actually go into their cornfields and like pick the corn and everything. It's really fun. But yeah, I am excited to do this live today. I just wrapped up cohort number 4 of my Brand Deal Wizard course yesterday. So I just can't believe how quickly these cohorts go by. And it was just such a blast. It was such a wonderful experience. There was so many creators this cohort, such a, amazing diversity of thought, so many different content verticals, just some of the wins and transformations that that some of the creators experience through the course has just been so amazing. And so I just feel so fulfilled doing this. So it's just like, to be honest, like I was thinking about this the other day that I don't think I've ever been more fulfilled professionally in my life. As I have been like this last year, like helping creators become more business savvy. Like I truly, it's just such a wonderful experience. So I'm so thrilled to be doing that. And then the next cohort is going to be launching in late January, early February timeframe. So if you're interested in joining the waitlist, just go to branddealwizard.com. So today, let me just take a second to say hello to some folks. What's up, Elise's Jewelry? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, we've got it's Chance 17, Elise Chong. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. So to kick it off today, got a question actually. If you're not on my email list, please join because I send out brand deal intel every single week. Hey Kim, what's going on? Afternoon. Yeah, if those of you guys on the East Coast, it's afternoon for you. But Kim right here in the chat was a part of my Brand Deal Wizard cohort number 4. So thanks for tuning in, Kim. So I got a question on my email list. So when I send out the email every Thursday, I also include a link to the live stream, and people can just reply and ask questions. So I got a question from Fernanda that I wanted to pull up on the screen because it was a good one. So this question's from Fernanda at Approximately Right. And she said, hey, I do have a question for the live stream. How do you know when it's okay to review an agreement or contract yourself? And when should you hire a lawyer? I received a 32-page agreement this week. And while I was able to get through it myself, I'm concerned that I may have overlooked something I don't know. So it's a really good question. So one of the biggest challenges I would say when it comes to agreements is that if you were to hire a lawyer, potentially you could be losing all of the profit that you would be making on that partnership, right? This is like the age-old problem. It's like if you're a creator, especially when you're starting out, maybe it's a $500 deal or a $1,000 deal or a $200 deal or $100 deal, right? And it can get very tricky because if there's a lot of like legalese and jargon that you're not familiar with, it's like, well, do I like hire a lawyer and lose money, or do I just kind of like hope it's okay and sign it and do the thing? Let me start by saying, like, in the beginning, when my wife April and I first started doing deals, like we didn't know what we were doing either. And so we definitely signed some agreements that we probably shouldn't have, so it definitely was like kind of a learning lesson for us. And so my advice about this, Fernanda, is that as soon as possible, try to start connecting with a lawyer that you can. I would say that, if like one like tip I can have is that perhaps there may be a deal. If you're doing like, a good number of deals, perhaps there may be a deal in the beginning where maybe you don't make a lot of money, but you are able to consult with a lawyer and start getting familiarized yourself with the types of things that they flag in the agreement. Right. So maybe that you send them an agreement and then they come back and be like, hey, here are the like 5 or 6 problem areas that I am identifying. And then you can ask them like, hey, can you explain why this is a problem? Don't just like redline the contract. Like, no, try to get educated by the lawyer to the best you can. Like to, ask them, hey, can you write 1 or 2 sentences why this is problematic? Because then you can start gleaning the information from them. And especially if you do like 2 or 3 or 4, sending them, 2 or 3 or 4, and they start flagging the same things over and over again, then you can start making notes and a little checklist in your own mind of the things that you really need to watch out for. I have got, my wife and I have gotten to a point where I have probably reviewed over 1,000 brand deal contracts at this time, probably more than that, because I also run an influencer marketing agency, and so I do a lot of contracts for that as well. So it's like in the beginning. So this is essentially what we did in the beginning. So when we first started working with brands back in the day, this was so early that a lot of brands, they didn't even have contracts for this type of thing. So when we were reaching out and doing pitching on our own behalf, and brands would be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's work together. We'd be like, okay, well, I guess we need to send you a contract, right? Because they didn't have a contract. This was not something they were accustomed to doing. So what I did was I actually paid our family lawyer. So this is the person who has helped us with like, our wills and like our trusts and all that stuff, right? So not a social media lawyer, not an entertainment lawyer, and bless her heart, she was so great. And I basically just kind of like walked her through like, hey, this is kind of what we're doing right now in our business. Can you help me create a standard contract template, like a boilerplate template that I can generally use when we're doing partnerships with brands? And that's what she did. She created this very good contract that basically let's say it was like I don't remember how many pages it was, but like 7 or 8 page contract. 7 of the pages were essentially boilerplate, other than changing kind of like the brand's name in the kind of like contract signatory area, the party, area. And then the last page was like an addendum or an appendix. And that is the only page that we edited every time. So that's where it talked about what posts we were going to do, what the usage rights were, what the exclusivity was, like all like the specific deal points that you negotiate when you work with the brand. That was the only part of the contract that we edited. And so at that point, once we had that standard contract, we really didn't need the lawyer anymore. So, we would just use that. We knew that contract was good because it had kind of been like blessed by the lawyer. And then that was the one that we used. And then the other good thing is that once, because there are situations where brands, you're going to have to send the, contract to the brand, but then sometimes it's going to be, and by the way, the situations where you send the contract to the brand, it's usually going to be situations where the brand is smaller, right? And so they don't have a lot of experience working with influencers. And this still happens. Even today, this happens, right? Like there was a brand that approached us for an Amazon live stream, and they wanted to partner with us, and we were the ones who said, hey, like we need to have a contract here, like because they weren't offering one. They were just going to like use the email, thread as the proof of the partnership or whatever. And so my advice is always have a contract. An email thread is not going to be sufficient. One of the reasons why I advise doing contracts is that actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to revisit that point later. So I talked about the simple agreement, but there are going to be situations where the brands are going to be sending you the contract, and they are, going to mandate that you have to use their version that's been like approved by their legal team or whatever. And so, yes, there are going to be, they're going to have different language. The way they say things is going to be slightly differently. But if you have gotten a contract template from your lawyer and it's been blessed, it's going to have very similar language in there. Like, honestly, like most influencer marketing contracts are going to be similar. And so my real advice for you, Fernanda, is, pardon me, is try, I think that it is a good investment to, put down some money to actually have a lawyer draft a standard agreement for you that you can, utilize when you feel comfortable and the brand is not offering a contract for you. But then it's also going to give you the comfort level that, okay, when the brand actually does send me a contract, now I'm somewhat familiar with this. And, there's probably going to need to be some sort of calculus in your mind of like, which contracts you send to a lawyer and which you don't. So the number one test is like, okay, is this deal large enough to justify hiring a lawyer? It sounded like that one that you mentioned is 32 pages. What did you say? Let me pull that back up again. I think you said it was, 32. So this was a 32-page agreement. It seems like you did get it through it yourself, but was that deal large enough to justify hiring a lawyer? So maybe this deal is like so complex that it makes sense to hire a lawyer. But if it's like a pretty easy deal, it's a one Instagram post, one Instagram story type thing, or one integrated YouTube video, whatever, and it's for a couple $100. If you have done the work and kind of familiarized yourself with the terminology and the things that they're going to be asking for from you, then maybe that's the case that where you can try and do it yourself. Again, I am not a lawyer. I always advise, trying to retain legal counsel for these types of agreements if you can. So just bear that in mind when I'm giving you this type of advice. But the other thing too that I would say is that I actually offer a checklist and kind of like a downloadable document in my course that talks about all the different terms that you need to be conscious about when you're reviewing a contract. And the other thing too is that probably the most important advice that I can give about reviewing agreements yourself, if you have to, is at the very least, make sure that whatever you agreed to do in the email or over the phone with the brand, that is accurately reflected in the agreement. Because surprisingly, this might surprise you, but like sometimes influencers will agree to something over email. It's going to be this number of posts. It's going to be, this much exclusivity, whatever. And then they get the contract and it's like not that. It's like different. Like there's too many posts in there, or the term is too long. And, in my experience, most of the time, the brand is not trying to be malicious. It's not like they're trying to slide those types of things into the contract, like secretly. It's more just like they're working with 10 other influencers, and probably you're the only one that like negotiated like the terms. Everyone else was just like, okay, right. So it's like, so they probably like forgot to like edit that clause or whatever for your contract, but it's your job to catch that. Right. And so, like I said, most brands, like they're not trying to do that on purpose, but like there have been some situations where I have seen some shady brands try to like slide extra stuff into the contract without the creator realizing. So you just don't want to get into a situation like that. So hopefully this is helpful, Fernanda. Again, it's like kind of an art and science when it comes to like knowing when you're starting out whether to hire a lawyer or not. I have always been the fan, like the way I look at it, and I talk about this a lot on the channel, is like, you are a business as a creator. You are running a business, right? You are making income, right? People are paying you, whether it's YouTube AdSense or brands or merchandise, or you're selling stuff directly to your followers, whatever. This is a business, right? And you have certain expenses to actually make it's a cost of doing business, right? So to be able to capture that revenue, you have to like spend stuff, right? If you're any normal business, if you run a brick and mortar shop, or you run an Etsy store, you run an eBay business, whatever, there are going to be expenses, right? And so as a creator, a lot of creators don't think about this, that like you are going to need to like invest in yourself, in your creator business, to make more money. And so one of the investments that you could potentially make would be hiring a lawyer, getting a standard contract that you could utilize for deals moving forward. That is an investment. Maybe it's not, something that you're going to be able to directly point to like an ROI and be like, oh, I'm going to like make, I'm going to at least make this much back on it. No, like sometimes you're going to just need to invest in that. So many creators, they like buy new camera equipment and they buy new, laptops to like edit faster and all that stuff. And all that stuff is great, but there's all these kind of soft investments that sometimes you need to make in yourself and in your creator career, so that you can be more confident when you're interacting with brands. And one of those investments, by the way, is my brand deal wizard course. You guys, did you like that? You see how I kind of like slyly snuck that in there? But yeah, I mean, it's the same idea, right? It's like you're investing in your knowledge and negotiating, figuring out how to find the best brands to partner with you and things like that. So anyways, hopefully this was helpful, Fernanda. And yeah, Angelique in the chat said, just sent one over earlier this week. Yes, exactly. And thanks for Polished Lab Rat for joining. Elise tuning in all the way from Singapore. Amazing. Thank you. Hey, what's up? We got the Replayed team. The Replayed team, guys, they are the ones who edit all my YouTube videos and a lot of my like short form content too. So go check them out if you're like a creator looking for editing help. They're amazing. And I actually have, if you check down below, I have an affiliate link too. If you want to help out your boy, you can try Replayed out for free. So go check it out. And Hannity is tuning in. Thanks, Hannity. She said, yes, I love the newsletters and the emails you send out. Thank you so much for that. I'm so appreciative. Hey, Emily from Keto Twins. Thanks for tuning in. Kim from Work Hard Travel Well said, great cohort. Thank you so much again for participating, Kim. It was wonderful having you. And Angelique on YouTube said, oh, I was watching IG, but it's cropped, so you can't see the things you're showing on the screen. So I headed over here. Yeah, that's the one challenge about using Restream to go live on a bunch of different platforms, is the folks in the Instagram stream can only see like kind of the cropped 1080 by 1920 proportion. So I always try to like kind of navigate the screen as best as possible. And Angelique says, does the Replay team repurpose the content? Yeah. So here's a little plug for Replayed. So So the way I have it set up with them is that I consider my YouTube video my anchor content. So I create a long form YouTube video, and then they will create a cut for IGTV for me. So all the different visual elements, whether it's like GIFs or B-roll or whatever, when they do the IGTV cut, they'll make sure that that content can be seen on IGTV, like in the center of the screen. And then also, they cut short form assets. So usually my content is fairly evergreen. So let's say I have like a video where I'm like giving you 5 tips on something, right? So out of that, usually we'll get 5 short form pieces of content. So for IG Reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Pinterest idea pins, like I try to use it everywhere, right? So they're great at like taking like kind of an anchor piece of content, like a long form YouTube video, and being able to like get a bunch of assets out of it. So yeah, big fan of them. I've been using them for a couple months, and you can try them out for free using the link in my description box. Hey, Modern Day Tech, thanks so much for tuning in. Diana from Online Course Resource. Hey, Diana, thanks so much for tuning in. Alif, great session, Justin. Curious to know how you put the comments on the screen. Great question, Alif. So let me pull your comment up. So I am using a tool called Restream to do it. So Restream allows me to not only, go live on my YouTube channel, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, my private Facebook group, but I can also do all sorts of cool effects, like pulling up screen. Let me I'm going to do something else cool. I'm going to overlay my chat. Okay, so guys, add some comments into the chat here, and you'll actually be able to see your comment on the screen. So there we go. So let's see here. Oh my gosh, Diana, thank you so much. Diana just gave me a $5 super chat, and it's so cool because you can see your super chat live on the screen. So those of you guys who are on the IG chat aren't going to be able to see that quite the same way because it's cropping in the middle. But thank you so much. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you all. Needed this for my live sessions too. Yes, Alif, that's so great. And by the way, I also have an affiliate link down below, so you can get a month free of Restream, or you can get 50% off a Pro plan. So I think Pro is like a no-brainer to upgrade to Pro because you can stream. So number one, you can like stream in 1080p. So I'm streaming in like super high quality right now. And then you can like add additional sources and things. So if you want to go live on like a bunch of different platforms, it'll do a lot of that out of the box. But if you kind of like want to upgrade the quality of your stream, because if you don't upgrade to Pro, your streams are going to be in like 720p, which is still good. But I just like having like really crystal clear quality, especially sometimes I will like download the assets when I do go live. Restream gives you the ability to like download the replays of the live streams, and then I can cut that up and like use that for assets that I'm posting on social media. So yeah, really big fan of Restream. So you can check it out in my description box. And again, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Diana for the super chat. That was very kind of you. When you guys do that, when you give me super chats on Friday, especially on Fridays, it's just like it's such like a confidence booster. It's like going into the weekend, it's just like I'm feeling the love. Like it just, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. It really means a lot, Diana. And if you guys haven't checked out Diana's YouTube channel, highly recommended, because as you saw, she she's an online course educator. So she has tons of resources about if you have ever had an idea about launching a course for yourself as a creator, definitely go check her channel out, because it has amazing videos on there. Okay, so with that said, we talked about contracts and things like that. I would love, hold on, I want to like see if I got any requests. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is I wanted to do some brand attraction audits. I haven't done these in a while, but this is where I review your channel live, and I'm going to give you an assessment of how, if a brand landed on your YouTube channel or landed on your Instagram page or whatever, what their impression of your page would be. So if you are interested in having me review your channel, let me know in the chat, because I would love to do that, whether it's on IG or whether it's or TikTok, whatever. Any platform is fair game, but I love doing these types of things. And the last time I did it, you guys really enjoyed it. So let me know. Just raise your hand in the chat and I'll be happy to do that. Okay, Diana said I volunteer as tribute. I got a grimace from Keto Twins, so I don't know if that's you volunteering or not, but let me know. Okay. All right. So I see Diana is the first volunteer. So let me pull up your channel, Diana. All right, let's do this. This is gonna be fun. Okay. All right. So those of you guys in the IG chat, it's going to be a little bit cropped, but I'm going to try to do my best to make it valuable for you as well. Okay. So great channel, Diana. So if I was a brand, so let's talk about twofold. So a lot of creators, only think about how their channel is going to appear to new prospective followers who land on their page. And what I like to do with these audits is talk about how a brand will think about your presence as a social media creator when they land on your page, trying to decide whether they want to hire you for a campaign. Okay. Because that's kind of a different lens to look at your channel in. Okay. I see we got a bunch of volunteers in the comment section. So great. Okay. So the first thing, so, talking about your niche, which is, it's very clear, online course creators. If I was any sort of business or brand in the online course creator ecosystem, I would, potentially think that Diana, you would be a good person to partner with, because you are giving tips to prospective online course creators. And so I want to, that's the audience that I want to be in front of. And so one of the things that I love the most about your niche right off the bat, Diana, is that you don't need to have a lot of followers to be very relevant to a brand, because you are hyper focused on people who are trying to create courses, right? So it's not just like a creator who's giving advice to like all sorts of different things related to being a creator. No, this is just online courses. So if I was Thinkific, or if I was Kajabi, or if I was Teachable, if I was Podia, if I was any of these, Udemy, if I was any of these platforms, or all of the there's this giant ecosystem of other players that supports course creators too. So like, for example, there was a tool that I use called Video Ask, which is made by Typeform, and I used that on my landing page for my course for the last cohort. So that was, that's another prospective brand. It's not just like the course platforms that would be potentially interested in partnering with you, but all these other players. So that's just like number one. And so the first thing that I look at is how you're like, do I get a sense as a brand of like what the composition of your audience is going to be? Okay. So online course creators, it's very clear. So you're checking that box. Fantastic. And then now I'm going to start looking at your playlist. Okay. So affiliate marketing with your online course, platforms for online course creators. So I'm just kind of looking at your playlist and seeing like, okay, what types of advice, what types of things is she what types of advice is she providing? I love this like online creator stories. So people sharing, their experiences doing a course. So the first compliment that I'll give you is that your playlist game is fantastic, because not enough creators do this. Is that this is your landing page as a creator. So when a brand lands on here, that's the very first thing they're going to do is just kind of like scroll down your page and see what you're doing. So if you're a creator who does not have a lot of playlists like this, that should be your first order of business, is starting to showcase that. One thing that I noticed here, Dinah, right off the bat, is that you are adding your new videos in reverse order to your playlist. So if I'm a brand and I look at this and I think like, oh, it seems like maybe she's not posting super frequently, because this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago. Yeah, some of these are right, but look at this. This was 10 months ago, right? So if I'm going down here, even, okay, this was 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago. This one is in chronological order. But like, for example, here, this was 1 month ago. I would much rather see your most recent content at the front of your playlist, because one of the major things that you want to illustrate to a brand is that you are a consistent creator and that you're pumping out content regularly. So all of your playlists, your most recent content should be at the front. Yes, there can be some playlists where it's like your popular uploads, so you can showcase that you do have content that has, good views. This one has 22,000 views on it, which is super solid. So maybe there is one playlist that, is like top uploads or whatever. But the majority of your playlist should showcase that you're pumping out content regularly. A lot of creators think that, if they have like, not a ton of views on their most recent content, that, brands are going to be like turned off by that. And that's not the case. It's more important to showcase that you're pumping out content regularly. And so Diana actually is doing live commentary here too. She said, they are in order of my popular, but I agree I should change that. Yeah. So that's one thing. Okay, so the next thing that brands will do is they'll click on your video tab, and they are just going to see like how often are you uploading. So 2 days ago, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago, solid. That's exactly what you're going to want to see. Like on average, a brand is going to want to see that you're uploading at least once a week. And so you're checking that box. And the reason that they look for this is that they want to see, okay, like if I were to hire Diana, what is my reasonable assumption of what the performance of the video is going to be, right? And so if the last time you uploaded was 6 months ago, they can't like guarantee with relative certainty, like if they hired you, like that the video would perform similarly to that piece of content 6 months ago, because your subscribers aren't in the habit of clicking on your content anymore. So they're probably just going to pass right away because, you know what, Diana's not making, or, whatever creator is not making consistent content. So I'm not going to work with them. So that's one of the most important reasons to maintain a consistent uploads cadence is because you want to illustrate to brands that, if they partner with you, that your subscribers are going to come back and watch that piece of content. Okay. So that's one thing. Are you being active on your community tab? Right. So 5 hours ago, boom, there we go, Diana. Right. They're going to want to see like, what's your community saying? Are you engaged? By the way, this is a another deliverable that you can potentially offer to a brand is, hey, in addition to the YouTube video, I'll also make a community post for your brand. I'll say that it's a sponsored post, but it's like, maybe there's like a sponsored poll that you can do in partnership with that brand as well, and say, hey, like, let's get a litmus or like a pulse from my audience on like something related to your brand. Like, let's say it's Kajabi or some course platform. Like, hey, have you ever considered using Kajabi? And then you have like a bunch of different options. Like, don't you think that like those insights will be super valuable to a brand? They will be. And most creators are not offering things like that, right? So the last thing that I want to cover here, just so we can get through quite a few channels, is the about page. And they'll go right here because oftentimes what happens is that a brand will kick the tires on your platform before they ever reach out to you. So they're probably, let's say it's an agency, and they're going to be recommending 10 creators for a particular campaign that they're going to be working on. Okay. And of those 10 creators, they're going to be putting together a pitch deck that they're going to be then sending to the brand and be like, hey, we think these 10 creators are perfect. And so they're actually going to come to your platform and steal the bio that you have in here so that they can add it to their own pitch deck. So it's really important that you put your best foot forward here so that whatever presentation is like happening that you don't even know about that's happening puts you in the best light. So you say here about this channel, hi, my name is Diana Wilson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. All my videos are geared towards helping online course creators learn how to build an amazing course. The tutorials are based around the tools and skills. That's great. One main piece of advice that I would have here is twofold, Diana. I would, in this description box, illustrate to brands that you are open to partnerships. So have a little thing in here that says, open to brand partnerships or brand inquiries. I can do integrated YouTube videos. I can do reviews, for your, software that helps course creators or whatever, but just like be very overt about the fact that you are someone that they can hire for their brand. Right. So they know that that's an obvious thing. So that would be like a very low hanging fruit. And then the other thing too, is that put your email address in plain text in your about section here. I know you have the business inquiries form here, and a lot of people don't put it in here for spam reasons because they don't want to be spammed. And so what you can do is just put like Diana and then like maybe like AT in parentheses and then like you're at gmail.com or whatever you're at. But the reason is that a lot of times brands will need to contact and reach out to a bunch of influencers. And after you, so for example, here, there's this CAPTCHA here, this reCAPTCHA. If you do this more than 10 times within like 20 minutes as a brand, it locks you out and you can't look at any more people's email addresses anymore. So you want to just allow a brand, like, again, like lower the barrier, reduce the friction of, of allowing a brand to reach out to here. So just put your email address in plain text in here in the bio as well. So thank you so much for volunteering, Diana. That was fantastic. So great work there. You're doing a lot of great stuff. So let me scroll up here and see who else was asking for a an audit. Okay. Okay. Rewired for Joy. She said, that's terrifying. But yes, I'm only 7 videos in since restarting. Okay, here we go. Let me pull up your channel here. Rewired for Joy. Okay. I love the confidence here, even though you just restarted. All right, let's pull up your page. Okay. Rewired for Joy. Okay, so self-improvement, motherhood, and farm life. Awesome. New videos on Tuesday. Okay, so right away, I love that you're talking about your upload cadence. You know, you're saying that you're doing a video every single week. Create your reality, which is cool. Self-improvement, motherhood, farm life. So good work on banner. Okay, so you're posting frequently. I can see this on your upload cadence, so that's fantastic. You have your popular uploads. So creative playlist. So one thing you probably notice right off the bat, you know, looking at your channel versus Diana's, you know, because of the fact that you don't have much content up here yet, I know it's hard to like put a bunch of playlists. But the cool thing is that if you have, you can create single video playlists that make your channel feel more full. So for example, you can put a playlist for making medicine. That's really cool. So maybe you just put like farm life medicine as the playlist name or whatever. And the only video that you add to it is this one. And it'll span the entire width of your YouTube channel. So let me see if I have, if I can like show you how that looks on my YouTube channel. I don't know if I have any single video playlists. Let me see if I do. But it basically looks like this. It looks like your featured video. So you see how this is live, but if you have a playlist, it's just, and you have one video, it's just going to look like this and it's going to span the whole screen. Do I have any more that's just like a one video playlist? I don't. Oh yeah, here. So I have, this is a single video playlist. It's called Going Full Time. And I only have one video in it. So you see how it will make your channel feel more full. You can absolutely do that as well. Okay. All right. So, okay. So that's one tip. Okay. Let's go to your videos. You know, you don't have a ton. You already said that. That's fine. Let's go to your about section. Okay. You can create the reality of your dream. You deserve to thrive, deserve to heal. I'm excited to teach you. Okay. That's awesome. So, you already have this in here. So great work. So number one, I want to know your name. What's your name, Rewired for Joy? Because if a brand is reaching out to you, they're not going to say, hey, Rewired for Joy. No, they're going to say, hey, name. They want to know your name to be able to address you. So put your name in there. That's one thing. The other thing too is that I would love to see a little bit more, like clearly you're doing a lot of farm content, and I think that you should really dive into that in more detail. Okay, because again, like a lot of brands are going to be loving the fact that you're very niche. Like, so for example, we did a campaign for a wireless carrier, and one of the niches that they wanted to tap into was farm life. And they also wanted to tap into homeschooling because they thought that their product would resonate with that audience. And so leaning into that content vertical, this kind of niche that you're working on, I would just be much more overt about that. Talk about your story. Like, how did you, you know, like, why is like creating content all around farm life important to you? Like, talk about your family. Do you have kids? Like, you know, all this stuff. Like, just give them a little bit of slice of your personality and who you are. Again, that other tip I gave about Diana is like, they're going to be going to your bio to like just copy and paste it so that they can, you know, add it into their pitch presentation for the brand. So just help them, like help them, right? Like that would go a long way. And then the other tip that I gave to Diana about like, oh my God, I just blanked. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, just like you have the business inquiries thing here, but also just being more like clear about like, I would love to partner with brands. These are the ways I can do it, you know, takeovers, you know, integrations, dedicated videos, or whatever. That would be super helpful. And then the other, like the last tip that I would have, and I don't know if this is something that you do have, but do you have any other social media platforms that you can promote? Maybe it's a blog or something like that, because, you know, YouTube allows you the ability to like have some external links here. And that's another thing that a brands will look for, is they will go in here and be like, okay, like what does her social presence look like across social media, not just on YouTube, but, you know, on Instagram or on a, you know, blog and this type of thing. So that would be like another major recommendation I would have, is just like, if you do have other links that you can add out of here. And then the one thing that I just wanted to do is I just wanted to click on a video here and check your description box. Okay, so this is another. I'm very very proud of you for this one because not a lot of creators do this. So you do have an Instagram, so I would add that Instagram to your shelf here up there. I can't remember. Did I give you this piece of advice? I don't know if I did, but if I didn't, I'm very impressed. You see how Kate has her business inquiries email in her description box? This is like one of the lowest hanging fruit for a lot of creators because what oftentimes happens is that a brand will not find your channel. Okay, that's not the first place that they're going to find you. The first place that they're going to find you is one of your YouTube videos because they're going to be like, oh, the brand says they want to work with farm creators. So they're going to go and they're going to search farm life vlogger or something, right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to look on these videos. They're not going to look at your channel, right? So they're going to land on your video and then they're going to be like, oh, Kate is perfect for this campaign. I want to reach out to you. So then they're going to look in the description box and they're going to look for your email address and boom, they're going to email you right there. Right. So that's all they're going to do. They're probably not going to go to your channel page. Maybe they will, but they just want to like reach out to you right away. Okay. So the fact that you're doing this is fantastic and I'm very proud of you. So good work. So overall, really good work, Kate. I think you're doing a great job and thanks for volunteering. Hey, Joe from Replayed is tuning in. He said, this is 100% right about putting your name in. I reach out to a lot of creators and it is insanely annoying when I can't find their actual name anywhere. Yes, this happens all the time. And you look like an idiot when you're trying to reach out to them and like, you don't even know their name. It's like very, very confusing sometimes. And Dean Fam said, I once didn't have my name. And when a brand reached out, they said they tried to find their name and they couldn't. Lesson learned. I added it right after that. Exactly. So just again, I hope that the common theme of all of this is like, just make it easy for the brand, make it easy for them to like get in contact with you, understand a little bit about understand a little bit more about you, understand your name, right? A little bit of details about you. I want to audit someone's Instagram. Will someone let me audit their Instagram? Because we've done two YouTube channels in a row. Anyone who's tuning in here on the IG chat, let me know. Cat Cricket Design, Stacy Spaces, EJS Fun Crafting, X Chris, of course. Let me know. Or someone in the YouTube chat, like tell me what your Instagram handle name is, because I would love to do that as well. I've got a couple other volunteers here as well. I'm going to take a swig. Oh, okay. Oh, Modern Day Tech is volunteering here. You can do my IG. What is your handle? Is it just Modern Day Tech? All right, I'm going to check. I'm assuming it is. Okay. Modern Day Tech, Mr. Techman, is that? Oh, no. Yeah, someone else stole your IG name. That's not cool. Hopefully you can get it from them. Okay, we got some underscores. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's share screen here. We're going to audit Modern Day Tech's Instagram. Thank you for volunteering for this. Okay. All right. So Modern Day Tech video creator, Geek Alert. Okay. So first things first, add your name into here. So like your name dash Modern Day Tech. That would be my recommendation. Geek Alert, Smart Home, Team HomeKit, Home Automations. Did I say HomeKit and other life-changing technologies? Okay. So let's talk about bio. Okay. So this is the most important thing, is your bio. And so the first thing that you're telling me to do is leave your profile, because you're putting a hashtag here and I'm going to click on this. And now I am going to like be taken to all these other people's profiles. I am not a fan of hashtags in bios for this reason, because the first link in here is driving me away from your profile. And the brand is probably just going to get distracted and then click on someone else's handle, right? Who used that hashtag in one of their posts. So I actually think that, there's all this software out there that is utilizing, they're just like scraping your bio. They're pulling the bio into their software, and the brands are like using it to like, oh, I want to like work with someone who like, talks about home kits or whatever. Even if you use the words in there, just HomeKit here in plain text, you don't need the hashtag in there to be able to like pull up on that radar in this software that they use to find creators. So I'm not a fan for hashtags for that reason, because it drives the brand away from your profile, which is not what you want. Okay. So that's number one. Smart home automation. Did I say HomeKit and other life-changing technologies? I think that's good. Like, you're very like clear about your niche in here, which is great. So let's look at your link in your bio. Actually, I'll pull that up, but I'll look at that later. Okay, so the other major real estate that you have on Instagram is your highlight section. Okay. And there's two very important highlights that you need to have as a creator when you are trying to get on the radar of brands. And the first one is an about me highlight. So this is like a bio. If you have a media kit, you can steal whatever you put in your media kit and put it here. So just think about it like maybe a 5 or 10 frame highlight, and that it just gives you gives the brand an understanding of who you are, so they can click on it and they'll be like, hi, I'm Modern Day Tech. Hi, in the next frame, I talk about smart home stuff. Next frame, I talk about home automation. Next frame, I talk about blah, 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 right? So it's like, I live in here. I'm this old. I'm like, whatever you think is relevant to, your creator identity, you put in your about me highlight. And it's a really, really easy way, especially if the brand finds you on IG and not another platform. It's like there's no place for them to really like understand who you are. So give them an excuse to do that. Okay. So that's the first highlight that you need. Okay. The second highlight that you need is a partnerships highlight, or a sponsor me, work with me, whatever it is. I know it's like kind of will get cut off, but that's what you need, because then they click on that frame and you can highlight partnerships that you've done in the past. So if you've, I don't know if this TP link, by the way, I love these. I have these, but I don't know if this was a partnership, but you could put that in there. You share it in there, right? You add a little testimonial from the brand, right? That you could talk a little bit about what you did for the partnership. Here were the deliverables. They can click through. They can see the post. They can see the engagement and the comments that your followers left on the post. Make it easy for them to visualize and like envision what it would be like partnering with you. And by the way, as you know, your most recent highlight that you added to is the one that shows up at the front of your shelf. So you need to be constantly adding something. If you're using highlights a lot, you need to be updating your about me and your, partner with me highlight every once a week. So you're just adding like a new frame to it or something, so that it always shows up at the front of your shelf. Because that's what you want brands to go after. Okay. One more thing about your bio that I forgot to mention is I really want to see your email address in plain text in your bio. Okay. You see how there's no email address in here. Okay. Because a lot of times a brand is not going to be utilizing their IG app on their phone to reach out to you. They're using their desktop like I am right now. And there's no on the IG app, there's an email button if you have your email address in there and they can click that. But if you're on desktop, you don't see that. You see email anywhere here? So you need to easily let them be able to copy and paste that into their email client like Gmail or, Microsoft Outlook or whatever to send you an email. Okay. Let's go to your tap bio. So tap on any photo for more information. Some are discount links and affiliate links. So this will send me to Amazon. Okay. So this is like, it seems like kind of like your affiliate play here. Oh, this is cool. Latest tech videos. Okay. So here's your like contact. Okay. So this sends me to your blog. I didn't even know you had a blog. That's cool. So, I mean, I could like probably do a whole nother audit on just your blog, but one thing I want to say here is that, like put your email address in plain text. I don't want to like fill out this form, right? Like a lot of brands will use their email sent folder as traceability. So they're like, oh, like what 20 creators did I reach out to? I need to like follow up with them. And if you're not in their sent folder and you made them like fill out a form, then they're not going to remember to follow up with you for a deal. So you need to put your email address in plain text here as well. And again, for spam reasons, I get it. Just put like, Modern Day Tech, AT, and then, Modern Day Family Man or whatever, right? Okay. There was one other thing I wanted to say here. Yeah, I would love, again, to see like business inquiries or like, partner with me, sponsorships. Like you click on that and it takes you to a section of your website where you talk about brands that you've partnered with. That's what I really want to see on here. View portfolio. Maybe this is it. But like, I want to see like past partnerships on this page. right? Embedded Instagram posts, maybe testimonials from brands. That's what I want to see on here. Great stuff. Is this helpful? I hope. Oh, he said great stuff. Great stuff. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear this is helpful. Thanks, Casey, Castella, Nadia Specialist. Thank you so much for tuning in on the IG chat. Man, this doing the IG audits takes up quite a bit of time, I realize. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Who else wants to volunteer? I think I saw some others up here in the chat. Okay, who else? Oh, D wants. Of course, I'm going to give D an audit. All right, D and fam. D, let me know. Do you want an audit on Instagram or on YouTube? Let me know in the chat. On Instagram or YouTube? Diana says Justin is giving the goods today. All right. Love to see it. Oh my God. Modern Day Tech just gave me a $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. And it's funny because it actually says it on here. On YouTube, you can see it, but on Restream, it describes it. Pair character dancing under a rain of confetti and taking his hat off. To say you are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I appreciate you so much. Not only, honey, I just got another, he Modern Day Tech gave me a $20 super chat. He was the one who gave me a $50 super chat last time. Wow. I am just like, congrats. I am so appreciative. Say hi to April, everyone.
I'm cleaning.
April's doing some fall cleaning.
I'm organizing. How are you guys?
We're good. I'm doing audits today. I'm like looking at people's channels and platforms and giving them advice and stuff like that.
Ooh, yeah. Justin can do everyone but me. I'm like, you ain't finished. Like, I'm the worst. Like, don't tell me, Justin.
Yeah, she doesn't like me, like when I give her advice about stuff. So I learned that a long time ago. I just, I stay in my lane. That's important. Happy wife, happy life.
The problem with me is I want to be ratchet. And sometimes that's not brand friendly, but I stay wanting to be, And also it's thoughtum. So, like, sometimes I want to be a thought. Like,
it's thoughtum.
Love you guys. Bye. I'm doing the car.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, honey. Yeah.
I can't plug it in.
I don't know.
Does it require a plug?
Yeah, it does. But we have an extension cord.
No, hold on.
Oh, maybe it turns on without it. That's probably just. Yeah, there you go. I think that you put water in there. I think.
I don't want to put water.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you just do like a hand vacuum. Yeah, sorry, there's a little segment here. April's doing some cleaning. Yeah, Modern Day Tech. Thank you so much again. That's so kind. I appreciate that very much. Really means a lot. I'm so glad that was helpful. If you have any follow-up questions, just DM me. And Joe said this is a fantastic segment idea, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love this one. It's a lot of fun. Link Sun joined from the IG chat. Thank you so much for joining all the way from Canada. Okay. Yeah, thanks so much. Updated my about section and we'll do my playlist thing tonight. Awesome. Glad to hear that this is helpful, Kate. Okay. So what did D say? YouTube. Okay, D, I'm going to be auditing D's YouTube. Okay, D and fam. I think I'm probably going to have time for maybe just one more after D. So if you want an audit, let me know. Hannah D, did you ask for an audit? I think you might have. Can you put your channel name again in the chat? I want to do you. Okay. All right, let's pull up D's page. Okay, we're going to be auditing D and fam. So if you don't know D and fam, she is incredible. Her content is amazing. And D is a graduate and alumni of my Brand Deal Wizard program, and she's absolutely killing it. She has helped me and she is helping me with a lot of different things. She helps write the newsletters now every week. So she's just amazing. She's become a great friend and really big help for my business. So this is D and fam. D and fam hauls product reviews, healthy lifestyle. She's got created playlists, shorts. So you probably know what my advice is going to be for you, D, right off the bat is I want to see more playlists here. So the first thing that I really want to see from you is I want to see a channel trailer. So when a brand lands on your profile, I want to see, hey, I'm D. This is the type of content I make. This is what you can expect on my page. This is, the types of, people who follow me. So if that's you, subscribe, whatever, just give both your followers and prospective brands a little bit of, idea of who you are. So that's the first thing. Second things is, yeah, you already have started to create the playlist here, but you are not listing the playlists out. So this is just, I would actually get rid of this created playlist. This is actually like just one playlist, and actually list the playlists out separately, right? So put the creator stuff, put the unboxing stuff, like have them as separate playlists down your channel. So that if I'm like scrolling, that I can see that. You have this shorts playlist here 2 years ago. I would probably remove that unless you're doing more shorts. I would probably just get rid of that. And again, yeah, so that would like be a big boost to the way in which your channel appears when someone lands on your page. So that would be the first thing. So then the next thing is I'm going to go to the videos tab. And so, you know, the first thing that I would say here is that you've got really solid views for your subscribership, right? So you've got, you know, 1.32K subscribers, and you're getting that or more on your videos, which tells me that you have a very engaged following and that people are watching you and, you know, really enjoying your content, even though they're not subscribed to you. So that's a very good indicator for a brand. That's something that they will look at, is like, what is your, like, you know, views to subscriber ratio? And so you're killing it in that regard. And that's not something that's very apparent to me when I land on your homepage. I can't see, the only thing I see here is like, you know, 7.5K views on just this one video, but you can't see the number of views on any of these playlists because this is just not visually laid out the way you want it to be. So give the brand an understanding that, like, wow, you're killing it with only, you know, or only 1,000 subscribers, that you're getting amazing viewership on your videos. So that would be like thing I would want to address right away. Okay, so let's click on one of your videos that you just released yesterday. Okay, so you've got your email address in there. Fantastic. You've got your blog. I didn't even know that you had a blog. Like, if I was a brand, right, I wouldn't even know that you have a blog. So if I go here, this is another, you know, avenue that I could potentially partner with you on, right, which is a good thing. So I want to see that on here. I want to see that up here. I want to see your blog link here. I want to see your Instagram link here. I want to quickly be able to access the other platforms that you're on. Okay, so put that there. Okay, let's go back to your YouTube, subscribe and click the get the notification to stay up with me. How to reach me, Toronto. Okay, so, you know, that's good. Instagram and TikTok. Okay, you have a TikTok, so add that as well. Okay. Okay, let's go to your about page. I can already tell this is great. Hi guys, I'm D. I'm Canadian, mom of 2, ages, fantastic. I love to do Costco shop with me's. Subscribe, you know, a little bit about you, how to reach you, Toronto. Okay, so this is fantastic. You have a lot of really great stuff in here, D. I don't really have, the only thing that I would, you know, advice that I was giving to some other creators was like being more overt, you know, about the fact that you're open to brand partnerships, the types of partnerships that people can do with you. The other one thing that I would like consider potentially is, I'm assuming that you would be open to working with other retailers, not just Costco, right? Because one thing that a brand could think is that they land on here and they'll be like, oh, like I'm Target or I'm Walmart or I'm some other Big Lots. I don't know exactly what retailers you have in Canada. But they could think like, oh, I guess I can't work with Dee because she only does Costco videos. And so I'm assuming that that's not the case. Like, if a brand wanted to work with you and they were a brand that wasn't Costco, you'd be open to that, right? So I would think I would potentially think about you know, rewording that maybe, where that, you know, you don't just do Costco shop with me. Maybe it's like I just do Costco, right? I'm sorry, maybe I just do shop with me's. Right. So I don't know exactly how to word it, but that would just be like one of the first things that came to mind here, is a brand could think like maybe you wouldn't be open to working with them because you only do Costco. So just a thought there. And then there was one other thing I wanted to mention to you. What was it? Yeah, maybe consider like adding a upload cadence to your header, like, you know, upload every, you know, 3 times a week, or, you know, whatever it is. That also would give a brand kind of a warm and fuzzy feeling that you're uploading regularly. Gosh, there was one other thing I was going to mention to you, and I cannot. New videos on Sundays and Thursdays. So you say that here. So I would say I would add that to the header. Gosh, there was one other thing I was going to say, and I can't remember now. It's bothering me. If I remember, D, I'll DM it to you. But great work, and keep up the good work. All right, let me take a swig. Okay, so we probably have time for one more. Hannity Bailey, it's my I can't believe how quickly this time goes when we do audits. Okay, so let's share the screen. Okay, so this is Hannity's daughter Maya, and she has 69,000 subscribers. So awesome. And so let's take a look at what here. Okay, so we got online school night routine. So the first thing that I would recommend would be a trailer. Hannity, probably having Maya do a trailer talking about what people who are prospective followers, what they can expect. I think a channel trailer would be great here. If you don't want to do a channel trailer, I would just keep I would just have this be a more recent video. So I would have this be a video that was within the last month or so, potentially. Just to, because that's the first thing they see, and it's like, oh, that was 7 months ago. So because you guys are uploading very regularly, 6 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 month. So great upload cadence. I would probably get rid of this shorts playlist. And I would try to do just more playlists in general. You've got some like get ready with me's. So I would potentially do a get ready with me playlist, maybe like a try on haul playlist. Because it seems like you do a lot of try on hauls, maybe a vlog playlist because you do that too. So yeah, that would be my advice, would just be, kind of work on your playlist strategy, kind of like what, some of the things that I've been recommending to other creators, is just kind of like make the appearance of the channel. If I was like a clothing brand, let's say, wanting to work with you, that was like that was like a clear thing. Cause the thing when you just have an uploads playlist here, let's say you haven't done a haul or a haul try on in a month or 2 months, and you've uploaded like all vlogs in the last the last 6 videos were all vlogs. They're not going to see that. They're not going to see that you do try-ons, or they're not going to, right? So you always want to like help just make it very, very easy for the brand to understand all the different types of content that you make, so they can like get a quick assessment of like, okay, I can hire Maya for this type of content that we're looking for, right? Okay. And then let's look on the videos tab. I think your thumbnails are great visually. The titles, I think you're doing a really great job on that front. Community, I would, look to work on staying more updated with your community tab. The last post was 3 months ago. This is something that not just for like brands, but like for follower growth, like this shows up in the feed when someone is looking on their YouTube app at their subscriptor, their home feed, like updates in the community tab show up there, not just your videos. So this is like a not little known, but it's something you really do need to be a lot more active about as a creator, because it helps you stay on your followers' radars. And again, like we talked about, it's something that you can upsell to a brand when you partner with them. Is like, hey, I'll do a, like for example, you do a lot of Maya does a lot of fashion stuff. Like maybe you post a video with a photo with 4 outfits from Shein or whatever. I think I saw she did a Shein haul, right? And they like ask her community to vote like which outfit. I got these all on Shein, like #ad or something, right? Like that's just another deliverable, another piece that you can offer the brand that they would love to see, not just the video, right? So just a thought there. About section. Yeah, and you just said here in the chat here. Yes, thank you. P.S. We are currently working on making her playlists and about me page. So okay, so you totally know what I'm talking about here. Okay, so yeah, so the other thing too here is I see you have your email address in plain text in your description box, which is great. But also I want to see you add your email to the contact. There's actually an actual contact like section in your YouTube channel. So you want to add your email address there as well. Okay. I want to actually go and click on one of your videos to see the description box. Okay. So so go to Casetify here. Okay, so this was sponsored, I'm assuming. Let me know, was this sponsored or was it just affiliate? I'm curious because I just want to mention something otherwise. So you got your socials. I would consider linking these if you want actually people to like click onto your TikTok and click onto your Instagram. Like actually put like Instagram.com/ at Maya Love so that they can click on it, right? Rather than making them go and like type it in. And TikTok too. Like I don't see why not. Camera here, you should be adding like affiliate links in here. Just some advice here, right? Like your Amazon Associates link. If there's someone who wants to, obviously just disclose it, say this is an affiliate link. So you just want to put your affiliate link there for the camera that you're using. So just a thought there. Okay, so if this was sponsored, one piece of advice here is I really would recommend having a FTC disclosure in the description box as well. I don't know if you did it verbally in the video, maybe you did, and I because I can't listen to it right now because I'm doing the live, but I would also recommend adding like #ad or #sponsored, or just say thanks to Casetify for sponsoring the video. Just to make sure that you're adhering to FTC disclosure guidelines. So again, I'm assuming you did it verbally in the video, but definitely always add it in the description box as well. But otherwise, you guys are killing it. Congratulations to you, Hannity. Congratulations to you, Maya. That's, I think she's, your daughter's just 16, right? So to have this type of growth this young in life is like very, very impressive, and I'm sure it's only going to go upwards from here. So congratulations. And D said, you guys, anytime I've taken Justin's advice, something amazing happens after. Make sure to act on the gems drop today. Thank you, D. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear that the gems that I'm dropping are helpful. And Hannity said, yes, thank you so much. 15 going on 20. Oh my goodness, she's only 15. Yeah, so I hear that. I hear that. I don't even know what I'm gonna do when my kids are teenagers, like, because they seems like they already got, sometimes they already got a little bit of attitude, even at 7 and 4, right? So I can only imagine. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in today. Diana said, amazing advice. I learned so much from these types of videos. Yes. I love doing audits. I'll have to do these more because I really do love doing it. And I think there's a lot of, because, honestly, like I said, I think as a creator, sometimes you get very hyper focused into like follower growth, and that's all you think about. So when you look at your page, you try to be objective and think like, okay, how can I get more people to follow me? You forget that like brands are also doing these types of analyses on you and trying to decide whether you'd be a good fit for their campaign. And so just trying to have a little bit more of an objective eye, look at yourself as like a marketer, as a brand, like, hey, would you hire you, basically, is the way to think about it. And oftentimes you can get a lot of insights just being a little bit more objective about the way your platform looks. And another great way to do that is just like send your platform to your friend and be like, hey, like, if you were a brand, like would you, if you were this dream brand of mine, would you hire me? Right. And just like, see if they can give you some objective advice about how you're appearing. So hey, Ryan, what's up? Thank you so much for tuning in today. D said, I love that Justin looks at our pages with in a brand's eyes is so helpful. Yeah, so happy to hear that, D. So thank you so much again. Oh my gosh, Hannity, she snuck in a $20 super chat right before we were ending for a cocktail for you in April. Well, you know what? On Friday nights, we usually, we do No Cook Friday. And we usually will have a glass of wine, or we'll crank out the it's funny, we went to Target right before this live chat today, and April got like a strawberry Moscato, like one of those sweet like drinks, from the Target's alcohol section, and I got some wine too. So it's like we're definitely gonna have a good night today. Have a little charcuterie board on Hannity. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Anytime you guys give me a super chat or super sticker or something like that to show your appreciation, really does mean a lot. So thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys next week. Oh, heads up. I also wanted to let you know that the schedule for the next 2 weeks for the live streams is going to be a little weird because, as you know, we're just prepping for all the logistics for April's mom's funeral. So that's going to be coming up here. And so I am going to need to figure out when I'm going to be doing the live stream. So it's probably not going to be happening next Friday. So, but I will let you know. Join my email list because I will update the email list of like when the live stream is going to be. But I commit to you guys. I try and do this every single week. And so if it's not on Friday, it's going to be another day, maybe a little bit earlier in the week. So just join my email list and stay tuned. And we'll go from there. So thank you so much again. Good luck, everyone. And talk to you soon.